there, and welcome back to the channel. You're watching the Ritter Bit Will Do, and today I am taking over and I am going to mow the lawn with the Kubota. So this should be interesting and great. And John asked if I was scared, and it's not my tractor, so I'm not afraid in the slightest. So hang in there and let's see how it goes.
Well, I just finished mowing for about an hour over at the townhomes, and my wife wants to mow with the tractor today. So I'm going to train you in. I'm going to show you just a few quick things before I let you use my tractor. Okay. Because I don't want you to break it.
I figure I will just press some buttons and make it go.
Oh boy.
It'll be great.
All right, let's go get started.
Okay. I opened it by myself.
You figured the door out. Ooh,
yep,
we're off to a good start.
Press this button right here, provided it's unlocked.
Sit in the tractor.
All right.
Oh, I see you got your tractor working boots on.
I do.
Those are pretty toes you have.
Hey, don't close up on them. The kids painted them.
All right, those are my 3M work tunes. They're awesome, by the way. People should be buying those left and right.
Yeah, I can't hear you at all anymore. It's great.
You need to be able to hear me. I know you can hear me a little bit. Now, down here is the PTO engagement, and what the PTO stands for is not paid time off. Power takeoff.
I like paid time off.
All right, so it stands for power takeoff. So what you're going to do to engage the PTO is you're going to put that all the way down and engage it, and that will start the mower deck. Okay? Now you want to do that at about 2,000 RPMs, or about 2,200 RPMs is probably about right. So when you start the tractor, you're going to see this tachometer, and it'll go up to just around where the 1 is, 1,000 RPMs, maybe a little bit higher than that. So then you're going to pull back on the throttle, which is over here, and it is going to bring that tack up, and you're going to want to get it to about 2,300 RPMs, and then you can engage the mower deck. All right, now once you've got the mower deck engaged, I want you to bring it up to about 3,000. Okay, so that's about where you're going to mow at, is 3,000. Or you can see where it says this little yellow symbol right there. It says PTO. A lot of people don't know that, but right there. So you can bring it a little bit beyond 3,000 actually, but it'll work fine at 3,000. Okay, and then you're going to lower the mower deck. Do you know how to do that? There's a handle on the right hand side. Okay. It's a black handle. Yep. Oh, that's the loader joystick. There's a black handle. Okay. There you go. You're going to push that down, and that will lower the mower deck. Let me move my feet out of the way.
Well, I'm not going to do it while you're standing.
You can actually hit it right now, and it'll lower. There you go.
Good thing your feet weren't there.
No, my feet aren't there. Okay. So, step 1, start the tractor. Start it. Now bring it up to 2,000 RPMs. 2,000. Pull back on the throttle. There you go. Pull hard. There you are. Now engage the mower deck. Wrong side. Oh. There you go. All the way down. Down the mower deck. Now bring it up to the 3,000. Alright folks, we'll see how Well, she's doing a pretty good job. We used to have a 50-inch Cub Cadet hydrostatic drive, and I'm interested to hear how she thinks the Kubota compares to that. One of the biggest differences between our Cub Cadet and the Kubota is the Cub Cadet didn't have a cab. So with the trees around, you really have to be cognizant of what you're going to hit with the rocks. I actually went around and did some of the edges for her earlier, just to kind of leave, you know, the easier stuff for her to get used to and just learn the tractor and become more comfortable with it. So she's doing a pretty good job. She started off pretty fast, like, well, slow down, because she was making me nervous, but she was actually doing pretty good. So now she's going a little slower, but I can tell that she's getting a little more comfortable with it. So the tractor's nothing to be afraid of as long as you're comfortable operating it.
Did it.
You did it. You did a good job.
All right, here's what I have to say.
What do you have? Well, let's go sit down and talk about it.
All right.
Unless we need to talk about it on the tractor.
No.
Okay. So.
All right.
Should we go
Well,
sit down?
let's sit. Yep. Give me the camera.
Fort Firewood.
Oh, I'll sit in Fort
Just
Firewood.
grabbing the camera.
Yep, I'm taking the camera. All right. So here's the deal.
The deal.
First of all, I think I've probably used a push mower maybe twice in my life. Once might have been the time that I almost lost it in a lake. So. Let's just say that I don't mow the lawn ever because he's got this thing. So I have never actually driven the Kubota. And to be fair, I don't even like driving the car. However, I found this to be very fun. It was probably better than driving like a go-kart. So it was very hard for me to stay focused on going in the lines and things like that, because I just liked to go fast and see how fast I could whip around, because it's got a good steering radius and that little knob is quite handy.
Yeah,
so I really enjoyed that. Yep. And then anything that I could mow over and kind of mulch up was also like an added bonus. It was like, you know,
the corn husks that we
yes, it was the equivalent of like a power up on Mario Kart. So I really appreciated that too. So, yeah, I can see why you like doing it. Okay. And it really like eventually started to become like, you know, hey, I could probably do this. Yeah. So that was nice. And I don't know, I wouldn't drive by any lakes, but you know, that's all good.
I appreciate your feedback.
Yeah.
I had a couple questions for you, but
you have a couple questions, sorry.
Well, I was telling everybody that we used to have a Cub Cadet 50-inch riding lawnmower. Remember that?
Yes, and I couldn't. It took me like twice as much time as you because my foot would not push the pedal all the way down, so I couldn't go very fast.
Right. We used to have 4 acres up in northern Minnesota, and we used that riding lawnmower, and it would take, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours to mow the lawn, probably for what we mowed. We didn't mow all of it, obviously, but that was hard to drive because you had a hard time pressing that small little hydrostatic pedal.
Yeah.
What did you think of that compared to the BX?
Well, you had to keep telling me to slow down because
you were going too fast.
Well, I could have gone faster.
I know. I was a little worried. You were making me nervous. But that compared to the Cub Cadet, maneuverability. What do you think would be better, that little Cub Cadet or the BX, which is a lot bigger?
Oh, for sure, the BX was so much easier.
Isn't it?
Yes.
The power steering, that's what it has.
Oh my gosh, it was
and the
like
turning knob. It's super
I didn't
easy.
even need two hands with that. Like I literally could steer the whole time with the knob.
Right.
And it was easier than steering a car.
You could steer with 2 fingers.
For sure.
It's just a piece of cake.
Oh,
so,
yes.
In the turning radius, remember how the Cub Cadet turned? And it turned pretty tight, but the BX, what do you think?
Oh, it's way tighter.
It's tighter, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's tighter than that smaller garden tractor.
It's easy. It's 10 times easier to maneuver than a car.
Right. So proper footwear for riding the BX. Sandals seems to work out for you?
Yeah, I would say as long as you aren't walking around the tractor while it's actually running, you don't even have to wear shoes. You could go barefoot.
Right. So you can wear any kind of footwear that you wanted to.
I mean,
you could mow in heels if you wanted to.
You could. I mean, I wouldn't recommend it because then you'd aerate the yard after you got out. But
well, that's not a bad idea. Aerate.
But since you do have one hand free, you could give yourself a pedicure as you're driving the tractor.
Oh my god.
You did see Brinley driving the tractor with her little feet.
Yeah.
I mean, you could just picture her painting her toenails.
That's right. I'll see if I can insert that clip if I have it. Oh man. Oh.
Things you could do.
Hey, what did you think of those 3M work tunes? I know you didn't have any music playing; they weren't even on. But as far as comfort and sound noise, what did you think of that?
They were super comfortable, but I could actually still hear you, so it wasn't quite as silent as I would have preferred.
But that's the thing. If you're in a work zone and you need to talk to somebody, you can still hear a voice.
Yeah,
but
I mean, if you were
muffles
screaming at me
noise.
that I was going to, run over your foot,
Yeah.
I might hear you before I ran over.
Well, I've got all my toes intact, and there's times I kind of got close to you, and I wasn't sure where you were going, so everything seemed to work out. So
next time we're putting racing stripes with spray paint down on the yard, and I'll just like zip up and down the yard.
what would you tell other I'm sure there's some women that are interested. That's kind of why I wanted you to do this, to get the woman's perspective of a Kubota BX. I mean, what do you think? You think other women can handle it?
Oh, for sure. This is 10 times easier than even a push mower, because you don't have to like even manipulate it the way that you do with a mower. Even if it has the automatic feature, it's really easy to get used to, because at first, I was just going a little too fast, but eventually you start to fall into a rhythm, and you're more aware of it. It's really not as scary as it looks, because it's such a massive machine, but it's really simple and easy to drive.
That's my 2 cents. That's your 2 cents.
Yeah.
And think we'll get you on the tractor again sometime?
I probably could do that. Especially if
you had fun.
I'm telling you, if you put some racing stripes on our yard, I could be zipping so fast up and down this green grass that it would be great. All you would see is my dust.
I need to get a little checkered flag and wave it. All right. Well, as always, everybody, thanks for watching the channel. Keep on tractoring.
And God bless. Oh, this is my video.
This is your video. Do you want to do the whole thing?
Yeah. Why are you taking over my video already?
I got to train you in on a few things.
Well, then it doesn't look like I know what I'm doing, and I do.
You know how to start the tractor and engage the mower deck?
Sure. I'll figure it out. That's why it'll be interesting. It'll be like, well, let's start videos.